I ended the last video on Monday by saying Liverpool versus Luton, it's going to be a bloodbath. And normally I hate getting over cocky. I don't know even why I said that. And then there was a comment that said like, oh, Luton are no pushovers, don't you put that on us. And I thought, yeah, it's fine. And then the night before the match, I had a dream about Liverpool, and I never dream about Liverpool. In the dream, Liverpool lost to Luton. And then I woke up like, oh, thank God, it's just halftime. And then I was like, oh, and woke up again in real life, realising, oh, the match is tomorrow night. And all day I was like, no, they couldn't. So then it came time to watch the match. I assumed the match was on at 8 o'clock, like they normally are. So I stuck on at 8 o'clock, half an hour already played, and Liverpool 1-0 down. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I'm going to have to apologise on the next video for being directly responsible for this. And then I realised, oh, what are you worried about? I'm giddy about this one. All evening yesterday, I was really just counting down the hours until I could get in here and gush to someone who's relatively willing to listen. I mean, some of you, if my retention rate is anything, I've lost about 40% of you already. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was there last night, like my girlfriend's talking to me about other non-football stuff. And I was like, Liverpool won. Oh, did they? Yep, they did. We're going to fucking win the title. Excuse me, love. No. I'll just speak something here. Then in the car on the way up today, I was like, so I could finally get in here and say, fucking yes. Cards on the table. I've got to do a super quick edit today because I really don't have the time to make this video today, but I can't not. So I'm sorry I won't have the usual hilarious clips. Although if you're acting like this guy, you won't mind that at all. Also in the last video I said, I don't think I've taken a title race in my stride like this in a long time. And I was like, I feel like I should be, I was like, when's it going to be, where we're going, fucking yes, with a goal. But like not a, like, oh, we're winning sort of relief. That's sort of like pressure building, letting out some steam sort of relief, title race relief. And this, for me, was the first one where I was like, there it is. And every game after this now, I'm going to be like, fucking yes. Now, I can't speak too intelligently on the game because I missed the first half hour. Even from what I seen at the end of the first half, I'm like, oh God, we're winning back possession so easily. But we just couldn't seem to put it together. But like no Nunez, Salah, Jota up front and still scoring 4. Second half came around. And to be fair, Luton were playing well and their keeper had a brilliant game, I have to say. But it was one of those where it's just they got swallowed by Anfield in the second half. I'm going to almost talk about the first 2 goals, the vibes of the first 2 goals together, because it's a part A and a part B, really. So first of all, we'll talk about Van Dijk. I've been critical of our corners. I mean, based on very little. Again, just vibes, but their corners today were spot on. Van Dijk could have had a hat-trick of headers from corners. Here's what I loved about the Van Dijk goal. One, you could see it coming. As the ball's going into the box, you can just see him there, like, getting away. Extra points for everyone trying to grab the shit out of him. But it's like trying to stop an elephant by holding his little tail. Van Dijk's like, yeah, fuck off. Fucking yes scale, 8. Extra points for the fact that they were trying to grab him. Extra points that the keeper did not get a touch on the ball as it went in. If there had been fingertips, it might have been a 7. And the fact that it was fucking Van Dijk. And the fact that it got us back into the game. And the fact that he didn't break... Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to bump it up to a 9.
Oh, fuck it.
For the fact that as he's running and heads it back, he doesn't break stride in his celebration. That bumps it up to a 9. I'm going to try and get a bit more granular on the fucking yes scale. And I'm going to try and widen the scores as well, because everything's 8, 9, 10.
Everything's a rave. 9 thumbs up. What the hell is that?
So I'm going to give the scale the respect it deserves and give this a fucking 9. And then, Gakpo the second. I tell you what, this felt very 2017 to 2019. I feel like it's been ages since I've had one of those, like back in those days. But like back then where it was like, you'd score 3 in 10 minutes. You'd just swarm them. And you're like, Yes, another one. Yes. One of those like, it was one of them. And, talk about aesthetically pleasing. Throw in sort of McAllister with a fizzed in volley from the throw in into Cody Gakpo. It was a real cross-taking quickly Gakpo. I feel like this was a fairly big moment for Gakpo because I feel like he always seems to score like the third and the fourth in a rout. When emotions aren't high sort of goal, you know, where it's like, it's nice. Icing on the cake. Granted, the United game was different, but I was delighted for him that he got a real like cop end. We need a goal in terms of the patented fucking yes scale. Give this one an 8. Beautiful cross from McAllister, bags himself another assist, and Gakpo, just the keeper didn't even have time before he knew what happened. The ball was in the goal. By the way, what other manager? I remember one thing I did notice in the first half was, I know I'm kind of all over the place here, but when Elliott overhit a pass to Diaz, and there was a bit of a collective like, from Anfield. What other club has a manager that can turn around to the fans and be like, what the fuck are you saying? You fucking support the lads and don't be giving us that shit. And then the fans just to be like, any other club, the fans be like, you can't have a pop at the fans. You can't have a pop at the fans. Whereas with Klopp, it's like,
sorry, champ. It was Jerry.
And then at this stage, I mean, if it wasn't for their goalkeeper, we would have had 4 in about 5 minutes. It was that feeling of just, now we've got 2, the crowd are loud as shit, and we're just camped out in their box. And then this is where they just got swallowed whole and spat out. And then the Diaz goal. If there was ever a, that's right, you fuck off sort of goal on the fucking yes scale, I'm giving it a 10. What? Diaz, one-on-one versus defender, absolutely mugs him off and fires it into the keeper's near post. Keeper gets nowhere near it. Oh, it was so sweet. It was just so smooth and clinical, and it was a sort of goal. I just loved it. Diaz's dad in the stands there in the Liverpool jersey. So with that, Diaz joins Gakpo, Nunez, Salah and Jota to become the 5th Liverpool player to score 10 plus goals in a season. I think we're the first club to ever do that, where 5 players have 10 plus goals. And by the way, all of this is happening without more than half of our first 11. Without Salah, Nunez, Trent, Sabo, Alisson. And then at that stage, after the third goal, it was like playing FIFA against someone who doesn't play FIFA, in a sense. It's just like, it's almost not fair. A slight side note to say, Endo is fucking unreal. Oh my God, this guy. Him winning the ball back, like in such crucial positions and playing in, just making the right decisions. And then Elliott seals the deal, makes it a 4-1, another 4-1. Pinpoint finish. And yeah, it was the icing on the cake. Fucking yes scale, I give it a 7 because I got to increase the range on these things. That turned it from comfortable win to statement win. Granted, it's only Luton, but you can only be who's put in front of you. I liked this at full time then. Dans, Klopp is hugging new kid Dans, who did very well. And Luton managers coming up telling them, I played with your dad. That was good. And Klopp, by the way, at the end, I mean, he's not even hiding it anymore. The unprecedented, he gives it the old Hulk Hogan. 4 sides of Anfield get the fist bumps. soaking in yet another electric Anfield atmosphere. And we go, what, 4 points clear? Job done. Other teams can do whatever the fuck they want. I think City play Arsenal in the next couple of weeks. That'll be interesting. I think City have a couple of tricky fixtures. Now we just have the League Cup final to look forward to on Sunday. Fucking yes, man. Kelleher's bagged himself a bunch of minutes. A few other players a little bit closer to returning. It was glorious. Great feeling. I'm buzzing. I'm still buzzing. I'm giddy. It's like 6 a.m. I've never been this energetic at 6 a.m. Anyway, I hope you didn't mind the lack of clips this time. I just don't have the time to edit them today, but I had to get something out. Thank you so much for the support. By the way, I am closer to finding a right company to print off these t-shirts. If you want them, I'll keep you very much posted on that. A lot of suggestions for a fucking yes t-shirt. Now, I love the idea. I love the fact that people really like this fucking yes scale. But you know what the problem is though. I wouldn't wear something that had a fucking on it. You know what I mean? So I want to try and, if there's any suggestions for how I can get, a good something that represents the fucking yes scale, but doesn't have the word fuck. Maybe I could just asterisk out the letters or something like that. If you have any ideas, please let me know. And yeah, thanks for the support. Loving the channel, loving the Reds, loving all of you. I'll see you on Monday to talk about I'll see you on Monday to talk about the League Cup final. Up the fucking Reds.